Hello, this is Steve Hobbs, the support engineer. Today I'll be showing you how to use Entrust 10.6 to audit Microsoft SQL Server. Before we begin, please refer to the Entrust documentation available at quest.com/Entrust or the documentation folder on your install media. Section 1 will look at how to enable C2 and error logging on Microsoft SQL Server 2008. After that, we'll show you how to install Entrust agents on your SQL servers, followed by configuring the Entrust server to allow SQL events to be gathered. Finally, we'll show how to configure Entrust to gather from the configured SQL data sources. So in this section, we'll log on to our SQL server and configure C2 and error logging. Please note that C2 logging is very storage intensive and will rapidly use up disk space on the SQL server. Please use with caution. So here we'll show you how to set up SQL Server C2 and error logging. To enable C2 and error logging, open up the SQL Management Studio. Open up the server node. Right-click and select Properties. On the security option, select both failed and successful logins and enable C2 tracing and click OK. To have the logging take effect, you will have to restart the SQL server. Next, we'll show how to create custom sites and install agents on your SQL servers. Here we're on our Entrust server. We'll show you how to create sites for your SQL servers and install agents. Open up the Entrust Manager, expand Configuration, expand Sites, right-click on Microsoft Windows Network and select New Site. Click Next. Click Next. Click Add. For our purposes, we'll use computers. Click Select Computers. Select your SQL server. Click OK. Click Next. We won't use filters. And name your new site. Click Next. And finish. Be sure to commit your changes. Expand Microsoft Windows Network. Select the new site. Right-click and select Install Agents. Click OK. Okay, so now we'll show how to configure the SQL Server data sources in the Entrust Manager. So here we'll show how to configure the data sources for SQL Server C2 logging. Error logging will be the same process. The Knowledge Pack for SQL Server should be installed by default with the Entrust setup. However, data sources will have to be configured to meet your organization. Open up the Entrust Manager, expand Configuration, Data Sources, locate the Microsoft SQL Server data source. We recommend that you create a copy of the data source. So right-click and select Copy. And on the Data Sources node, right-click and select Paste. You'll find it at the bottom of the list. Right-click and rename. Right-click your new data source and click Properties. On the Connection String tab, click Create. Scroll down and select SQL Server. Please note that the account that you logged into Windows with must at least be a member of the DB Data Readers role on the SQL Server. Type in or select from the drop-down your SQL Server. The Trusted Connection checkbox will cause the connection to use the Entrust Server's account. If you want to gather from multiple SQL servers, you can replace the parameter SQL equals with $computer_name%. This will cause the SQL Server name to be resolved during the gather process. Click OK, and be sure to commit the changes. Finally, we'll show how to create a task and gathering job to gather from SQL Server. Open up the Entrust Manager. Expand Workflows, right-click on Task and select New Task. Name your task. and select Next. You can create a schedule for the task to run under, and you can also set a different account for it to run. By default, it will run with the Intrust Service account. Click Next, and Finish. In the white space, right-click and select New Job. In this case, we'll select a gathering job. Next, scroll up and find your policy. Select the site we configured earlier. Click Next, and name the job. And finish. Be sure to commit the changes. You can run all the jobs associated with the task by right-clicking the task and selecting Run, or you can run an individual job by itself. Select Sessions and you can monitor your job's progress. Thanks for watching. To learn more about Entrust, visit quest.com/Entrust.